What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Darius Boone Freegame. I am the infamous Darius Boone, and I am here to give you guys just some basic knowledge, just stuff that I wish people would have taught me a long time ago. I just like dropping jewels on the younger generation just because we have to pour into each other. And a lot of the stuff that I come to you guys to talk about is stuff that I wish somebody would have poured into me so that I could have made a lot less mistakes. But luckily for you guys, y'all got the kids. So without further ado, today's episode of Free Game is going to be titled 5 Ways to Invest Your Tax Refund Check. So yes, I'm talking to you, little income taxiana, little refundiana. I'm talking to you guys. So let me give you 5 ways to invest your tax refund check so that you can build wealth and make you some money. So basically generate some income. You guys ready? I'm ready. 5 ways to invest your tax refund that is going to generate you income and eventually lead you down the path to wealth. So the first thing that I would do if I received the income tax check, because I don't, when you are an entrepreneur like I am, 9 times out of 10 you end up paying taxes instead of getting money back. So if you're in a position where you actually get money back from the government, say your prayers, you're blessed, because a lot of us don't. So if I was receiving an income tax check this quarter, the first thing that I would do if I didn't already do this would be to use my tax refund check to pay for a down payment for a home. A lot of people don't really understand the importance of purchasing a home, and a lot of people say that it's not for them, but investing long term, buying a home is one of the best things that you can do. 90% of the wealth that's, let me not use numbers, like I just shot that out there, so I ain't even gonna use a percentage, but most of the people who are wealthy nowadays own real estate. So if you want to become one of the wealthy people, you should own real estate. So one of the first things that I would do if I was to receive an income tax check this quarter or this year, 2019, would be to pay a down payment for a home. This is important because it's important for a lot of different reasons. The first reason is ownership. You always want to own where you live at. You don't want to waste thousands of dollars a month and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year paying somebody else's mortgage so that they can get rich when you can be doing that for yourself. Home ownership was important for me because 1, I wanted to own where I lived at. 2, I understand how equity works in a home. So I knew that if I was to purchase a home now, that I could, put my money into that house and then later take that money out to buy other homes or to invest into other things that could generate me income. So that was very, very important for me. And I also realized that if I bought a house now, let's just crunch numbers and use a real example. If I bought my house now for let's say $100,000, and I stayed in my house for the next 5 years, and I was able to sell my house for $180,000. That means I'm making $80,000 once I sell my home. So a lot of us don't get $80,000 at a time. So little examples like that is important. Little examples like that is why buying a home was important to me. So that, long term, if I decided to sell my home, I could get a large lump sum of cash, or if I decided to keep my home and move on to another home, I would have a income generating property under my belt. And for me, that's what I wanted to do. This is just my first home. I don't plan on living here forever, but realistically, I know that I'm going to keep this home and I'm going to rent it out and it's going to make me income. So just got to think of it like that. Okay, the second way I would invest my tax refund check, if I was to get one right now, would be cashing out on a rental property. So basically going and finding maybe a duplex or some kind of ran down home for very, very cheap. In some cities, some places, you can find homes for as little as $8,000, $9,000. And if you put a couple $1,000s worth of work into these homes, you can make them livable so that they can generate you income every month. So let's say you go, we crunch the numbers again, because for me, if the numbers don't make sense, it don't make sense. So let's say you find a home for $10,000, like a rundown house for $10,000, and then you put another, maybe $4,000 or $5,000 into renovations to make the house livable. It doesn't have to be livable to your standards, but it has to be livable by somebody's standards who is looking to rent. So you have paid cash for this home for $10,000, and you have put in, $4,000 worth of work. So total of $14,000. Which I know some people who have multiple kids get tax checks that are large like this. So you've cashed out on that, you spent your whole refund check, but now you got an income producing property that gets you $700-800 a month. Do you know that in no time you're going to get your $14,000 back plus some? So you're basically creating a whole separate income outside of the income that you're working for. So the second thing that I would do if I got a tax refund check would be to invest in a rental property. And granted, you guys, I'm just throwing numbers out there. Like, you may find a deal like the numbers that I'm saying. You may not find a deal like the numbers that I'm saying. But just think about it and think about the long-term investment instead of going out buying Michael Kors. And I know y'all ain't out here still buying Michael Kors. But, instead of going out here buying Gucci and Fendi and Dior, like, really invest your money into something that can lead to generational wealth and create some kind of income for you and your family long term. So the third way to invest your tax refund check is to pay off some debt. And I know you're thinking, why I need to pay them off? I already owe them. I'm going to just spend my money and do what I want to do. You pay off your debt so that you can increase your credit score, so that you can leverage your credit to get more money so that you can invest smartly. So basically what I'm saying is, if you are in a lot of debt, it is probably accurate that you have a lower credit score. If you have a lower credit score, that means it's going to be hard for you to get loans to buy properties, to start businesses, etc. So if you pay off your debt, that means your credit score goes up, which means your leverage goes up. So that means you'll be able to pull out more money than you typically would be able to, so that you can create income generating assets. And that is the main goal of all of this. Like, the whole reason for this conversation right now is so that you can use the money that you have to create income generating assets. Don't listen to me. I just don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just here talking to y'all. Like, pick or choose. Like, listen if you want to. Okay. The fourth way to invest your tax refund check, if you have that entrepreneurial spirit, that's a lot. That's a whole big ass word to say. If you have that entrepreneurial spirit, okay? If you got that entrepreneur spirit. So the fourth way I would invest my tax refund check is to buy inventory for a business and then sell that inventory online. So if you are an entrepreneur, you want to start a business, getting a tax refund check is the perfect time to invest in yourself. So meaning, like, prime example, if I was to receive $5,000 as an income tax check, what I would do is I would buy $5,000 worth of hair, and I would sell my $5,000 worth of hair for maybe $10,000. So now I got my original $5,000 investment back, plus I made another $5,000 that I can continue to flip and flip and flip and flip until I get to my financial goal, or I have enough to fund a store, or whatever it is I want to do. That's just a hypothetical example, but this is how it really works out here. So if I was to receive a tax income tax check and I wanted to invest, what I would do is buy inventory for a business, and then basically just start my business and continue to flip my money over and over again. So the fifth way that I would invest my tax refund check, and it's kind of like a 5/6, but they kind of go hand in hand, is I would do a Roth IRA, so like a long-term saving plan that gets interest over time. So basically, instead of just having your money in a traditional savings account where it kind of just sits there, a Roth IRA account is an account that it grows, so it accrues interest over time. So basically, if you were to put, let's say, $5,000 in there, next year, I can't give you exact numbers with this because I don't want to sit down with a calculator and actually go through it. But let's say you put $5,000 in there this year. Next year, your $5,000, if you just let it sit, might become $5,100. So it's a free $100 for just letting money sit in an account. And there are huge tax benefits for doing this. I recommend for any person that is an entrepreneur or who doesn't have a traditional 401k plan to start a Roth IRA for retirement, because one thing that is inevitable is that we're going to be older. You're not going to be a young hoe forever. So you better get out here and, plan for your future. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to say that. You gotta get out here and plan for your future and plan for your retirement. And starting a Roth IRA or a savings bond is a great way to invest money now and kind of just let it sit and, just slowly watch your money grow. It's not a fast way to grow your money, but it is a way to watch your money grow over time. The original investment is always there for you to grab if you need to. And the other way that I would, which we kind of gonna go hand in hand with, is to do a life insurance policy with savings. I think on one of my first episodes of Free Game, I talked about the importance of having life insurance. And some life insurance plans come with a savings plan. So basically, the money that you're paying into it, they also create a separate savings account where you're saving in addition to having the benefits of the life insurance policy. So you guys might want to look into that. If you need somebody to buy life insurance from, if you're here in Atlanta, I got the perfect person for you that I can recommend. She will go over everything for you guys so that you'll know the benefits of having life insurance. For me, I learned recently that most people like us don't get large lump sums of money unless we're in car accidents, we sell a house, or someone dies. So with that being said, you want to just make sure that you are covered, just in case anything happens to your parents, you're able to take care of final expenses, and you also get money so that you can live your life and invest and create generational wealth. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail about life insurance policy, but if you guys want me to do a Free Game episode about life insurance policies, I got you. I'll talk to you about what I know and the reason I feel like it's important to have, especially if you are not a millionaire, or if you are a millionaire. Shit, I can't talk about that part, but I can tell you what I know. So thank you guys for watching another episode of DB Free Game. I am Darius Boone. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Darius_Boone. Make sure you check me out on YouTube. My YouTube name is Darius Boone, DariusBoone. So make sure that you check me out on YouTube for weekly episodes of Free Game, where I'm just going to be spilling the game for you guys, telling you guys how to invest money, marketing and branding strategies. Whatever I learn, I teach you guys, just so that we can just keep the knowledge going. Like it's a flow. Like we got to help each one teach one, baby. Keep telling y'all that. So thank you guys for watching this episode. Make sure that you follow me on our social media platforms. And until next week, it's been real.